Hello, everyone. Today, I would like to talk about Elbaf, the legendary island of the New World, and Loki, which many fans have been eagerly anticipating. Elbaf is the homeland of the giants and is an island that boasts the strongest military power in the world. In particular, this island is a place that Usopp, the sniper of the Straw Hat Pirates, has admired since he was a child. Finally, the secrets of this island are starting to be revealed in earnest, and new foreshadowing and legendary stories are captivating the fans' interest. The story of Elbaf was introduced quite some time ago, but it has only recently started to be highlighted in earnest. This island seems to be inspired by Norse mythology, depicted as a place where brave warriors live. In the past, Big Mom tried to gain immense power through a marriage alliance with Elbaf, but the plan ended in failure, leaving many questions among the fans. The story of Elbaf seems to still be in the build-up stage, but since the preceding Egghead arc was so intense, it might appear relatively subdued in comparison. However, the events that take place here have a great potential to create legendary stories once again. Currently, the most attention-grabbing figure in Elbaf is Prince Loki. Loki is the Prince of Elbaf, and it is said that he was imprisoned 6 years ago due to some incident. An interesting point is that this period coincides with the time when Shanks established his position as one of the four emperors. There has also been mention that Loki and Shanks actually met, so the connection between these two is likely to be an important key in the future storyline. Additionally, Prince Loki of Elbaf is currently suspected of having been one of the previous generation's four emperors, along with Kaido, Big Mom, and Whitebeard. Given that he is an iconic figure representing Elbaf and that Elbaf itself boasts one of the world's strongest military forces, the hypothesis that Loki was once one of the four emperors is quite compelling. Especially for the following reasons: the possibility of him being one of the four emperors is gaining even more attention. Elbaf is the homeland of the giants, who value combat and honor, and is depicted as an island that even the world government cannot easily interfere with. If Loki represented Elbaf's military power and was active in the pirate world, it is highly likely that he would have naturally risen to the position of one of the four emperors. Currently, it is said that Loki was imprisoned 6 years ago. This is likely not just a coincidence. This is likely a deliberately intentional setup by Oda-sensei. For some reason, it seems reasonable to assume that Shanks and Loki fought, with Loki being defeated in the process and sealed in Elbaf's underworld, while Shanks became the new Emperor of the Sea. In the past, Big Mom tried to marry her daughter Lola to Loki. If Loki were just the Prince of Elbaf, it would be unlikely that Big Mom would have made such a decision. Big Mom is one of the four emperors. She is also someone who always prioritizes strength and was one of the people aiming for the One Piece. In such a situation, if Loki had been one of the four emperors at that time, the story would be dramatically different. For Big Mom, the wedding at that time would have been an important event to form an alliance between the four emperors. However, since Lola, the person involved, disliked Loki and opposed the marriage, she ran away from home, causing the wedding to be in vain. Fans are paying attention to the fact that Loki has eaten a legendary devil fruit passed down from the royal family of Elbaf. It is said that he killed his father, King Harold, in order to obtain this devil fruit. If that is the case, it is reasonable to assume that this devil fruit possesses a corresponding power. Considering that Loki has referred to himself as the sun god who will bring about the end of the world, and that all the giants of Elbaf fear him, it is not an exaggeration to think that the power he possesses is not of a simple level, but likely world-threatening, as his name suggests. Many fans speculate that the devil fruit Loki ate is likely a Paramecia or Zoan type. And currently, the likelihood that the fruit is a mythical Zoan type, specifically the fruit of the model wolf Fenrir, is extremely high. Fenrir is a giant wolf in Norse mythology that threatened the gods and is depicted as the one who will ultimately bring about Ragnarok. Especially considering that the setting of Elbaf is based on Norse mythology, such references undoubtedly hold a strong possibility. An interesting point is that Loki also killed his father and gained immense power, a setup that is similar to the Fenrir of Norse mythology. Fenrir is bound by a powerful chain, and similarly, Loki is currently bound by a strong chain made of sea prism stones, which is a common point between the two. Additionally, Fenrir is said to have breathed fire from his eyes, and it is likely that Loki's eyes are covered for a similar reason. The story of Prince Loki eating the legendary fruit passed down from the Elbaf royal family raises many questions. What kind of fruit could it be? Could it possibly be the legendary fruit of the wolf Fenrir? What is certain is that the possibility is high. For example, just as the giant wolf Okuchi no Mikami from Japanese mythology was set as the Yamato fruit, it is also possible that Fenrir, a symbolic figure in Norse mythology, was applied to Loki's devil fruit. What is certain is that this fruit not only symbolizes power but also has a great potential to shake the balance of the world. Additionally, When discussing the story of Elbaf, it is impossible to overlook Shanks. He seems to have a deep connection with Elbaf, and the design of his ship and his appearance bearing resemblance to the Norse warrior Tyr also raises some questions. Tyr is the one-armed god, known for losing his arm to Fenrir. If the motif of Shanks being inspired by Tyr is true, then the conflict between Loki and Shanks would likely continue in the story. For Usopp, the sniper of the Straw Hat Pirates, Elbaf is not just an island. He has admired the warriors of this island since he was a child and has always dreamed of becoming like them one day. Usopp's name seems to be derived from Aesop's fables, with his character being based on the famous story of the boy who cried wolf. The story of the boy who cried wolf involves him repeatedly telling lies, which ultimately leads to a situation where the wolf takes all of his sheep. Interestingly, fans speculate that this story may hint at a confrontation between Usopp and Loki that will unfold in Elbaf. If Usopp is the shepherd boy and Loki is the wolf, then their confrontation is likely to be closely connected to Usopp's growth. Just as Usopp defeated Kureha alongside Luffy, who believed in him in Syrup Village, he will likely play an important role in resolving the Loki incident this time as well. However, there is one thing we should keep in mind here. That is, the spelling of Elbaf has recently changed from Elbaf to Elbaf. It is likely that this is not just a typo. It is possible that Oda-sensei made this change during the process of developing the story. Additionally, it has been suggested that a strange scene previously experienced by Luffy and his crew could be related to Loki's abilities. For example, the scene where Nami and Usopp's clothes suddenly changed, or when Luffy shouted the name of a different technique. Similar scenes continued to be staged afterward. At the time, many fans suspected that this was due to the use of AI-generated illustrations, but what if that wasn't the case, and the actual truth was something like this? What if it was actually a deliberate setup by Oda-sensei? In fact, there are some interesting facts, namely, the existence of Loki. First, Loki, known in Norse mythology, is the god of mischief. He secretly swaps people's belongings and causes conflicts by jokingly cutting the hair of the gods. At that time, the appearance the Straw Hat crew faced under the Sun God's legacy was not much different from him. Nami and Usopp's clothes frequently changed, and Luffy, who was supposed to call out Gear 3 in his technique, instead shouted Gear 4. It is likely that this was not just a mistake. If this had truly been an issue, the publisher should have officially addressed it and informed the public later on. However, that was not the case. This suggests that it is highly likely a setup intentionally created by Oda-sensei. Therefore, this could possibly be due to Loki's abilities. Perhaps this is due to a secret hidden within the Lego castle, where the Straw Hat crew was at the time. There were mentions and clues suggesting that this was a place dedicated to the sun god. Currently, every time the giants appear, they mention the existence of the sun god and emphasize its importance. Looking at this, it could be said that the sun god plays the most important role in this episode. The relationship between Elbaf and the Roger Pirates has long been a topic of great interest among fans. Currently, it seems highly likely that a character, presumed to be a former member of the Roger Pirates, will appear in Elbaf. That character is likely to be Skopper Gabbin. Skopper Gabbin was one of the trio, along with Roger and Rayleigh, known as the Roger Pirates Trio. Another possibility is that the legendary pirate Shiki might be staying in Elbaf. Shiki was a pirate who established a rivalry with Roger in the past, and his free-spirited personality and powerful abilities align well with Elbaf's warrior culture. If they are staying in Elbaf, there is a possibility that they could appear as new allies or powerful enemies for the Straw Hat crew. Elbaf is not just an island of powerful warriors, it also has a strong possibility of having an important connection to Raftel within the world of One Piece. The fact that the Roger Pirates visited Elbaf in the past has already been hinted at, and the information and clues discovered here may be the key to unlocking the path to Raftel. In particular, Elbaf seems to have a strong connection to ancient civilizations. The giants are believed to be descendants of the ancient kingdom, and the relics from the past that may be discovered here could provide clues about the Century of Silence. The road poneglyphs will likely serve as the key to those clues. As mentioned earlier, the Elbaf arc seems to be closely related to Usopp's growth. He has admired Elbaf since he was a child. Going to Elbaf, a world of brave warriors, was even Usopp's dream. However, Usopp has often been depicted as a coward and has shown moments of losing confidence. Elbaf will serve as the stage for Usopp to overcome himself and be reborn as a true warrior. Perhaps the battle with Loki will be the event that transforms Usopp into a true warrior. Exactly, Usopp could defeat Loki, a figure even the brave giants of Elbaf fear, thus proving himself as a true warrior. However, there are also several clues that cannot be overlooked. Currently, Elbaf is not just an island, it is a place that holds one of the most important secrets within the world of One Piece. The events that will unfold here, involving Prince Loki, the legends of the giants, and the connection to Raftel, will be even more monumental than previous episodes, with all these elements intertwining. In particular, Usopp's actions, the confrontation between Shanks and Loki, and possibly even Luffy's story, where he might finally become the true sun god in this episode, are all significant elements. Perhaps the Elbaf arc will remain as one of the most impressive episodes in the history of One Piece. What exactly is Loki's ability? Is he the god of wolves? Or is he the god of mischief and magic? Thank you for watching until the end today. In the next video, I would like to dive a bit deeper into the secrets hidden in Elbaf and the Void Century. Thank you for watching.